Welcome to this week's session, everybody. Just today, the interest rates have been increased again. So I know so many people are talking about that, but I'm sure I've made so many videos about how the interest rate increase affect both buyers, both sellers. So there's so many videos I've done about that, so I'm not gonna go into details discussing about that. So I'll just put the links of the videos on the description below. But today I want to talk about something I'm passionate about, okay? Something I'm very, very passionate about, and that is our children's education plan. So I actually posted on Facebook to really hear what people think in terms of how they would actually are planning to finance their children's education, right? And there were some few answers. I think most of the people say they do a savings account. Okay, so that is good and all that, but I think it's not enough. I mean, for how long do you have to save, and how long do you need to save, and how much will you have to save, and how much will be the interest rate on that savings account, right? So as I'm talking right now, the inflation is sitting around 7.5%, right? That's where the inflation is. And if you are saving, then it means you are losing money, because I bet you there will not be a savings account that will beat the inflation, right? So that is the problem with the savings, and also it will take you so long. And the other thing is that many people are not exposed to so much extra income, because now the cost of living are going higher, as we all know. That's why the inflation is high, and that's why the Reserve Bank is actually increasing the repo rate and the prime lending rate, right? Okay, but what do I think is the best form for me to plan for my children? So for me, I think real estate is the way. I mean, I think real estate is the way for me. And how I would like to go about it is, right? A property, it's a potential asset, and it's an asset that appreciates in value over time. So you know that I'm always talking about equity, and always saying that equity is the name of the game. And this is exactly the bottom line. It comes down to that, right? So if I'm planning for my child, like maybe when they are born or something, I will buy a flat, for example. But that flat, before I buy it, I must make sure there's equity before buying that flat, right? There's equity already before buying that flat, and that flat has the potential of repaying itself over time without me putting anything on it. The only thing that I'll have to pay is the transfer cost, and only the transfer cost, but the rest it should be able to pay for itself, right? So now when my child is born, I do that, right? So when I actually buy the flat, I mean a child university stuff, I think it takes about 18 years, 17 years for them to need to pay for their tuition fees. So what then I will do is to buy the flat. Remember, make sure it is equity. And if you don't understand what I mean by having equity, I've made also so many videos about that. Make sure it is equity, and make sure it can repay itself, and it is some sort of a positive cash flow after you have paid the bond, after you have paid the levies, after you have paid the rates and taxes, right? And then the rest the tenants will have to cover, right? But make sure it is a positive cash flow. It doesn't actually matter how much the positive cash flow is. If it's 100 rand, 500 rand, or 1,000, it doesn't really matter. But those are the most important things. And then once you have done that, you just leave it there. Make sure it pays itself over time. It pays itself. You just need to get tenants. Make sure you treat the tenants well, that they stay for long, and that's about it. And then when it's time to actually take your child to school, the property value will have grown by so much. It's even hard for me to say by how much, because it will have gone for so much, right? And then you actually, at that point, you do not even need to sell it, right? You don't even need to sell it. You just refinance it for the amount you need, and then you take the cash, you give your child. Your child go to school stressless, stress-free. I believe this is the way we can take our children to school. Tell me what you think about it. Remember, guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, to like, and to share with your friends. Cheers. I'll see you on the next one.